Ambassador Kethvar of the Zilani Empire had expected many things when humanity finally agreed to demonstrate their military capabilities. What he hadn't expected was to find himself standing in what humans called a museum. The elderly human curator, Dr. Sarah Chin, led the delegation of alien ambassadors through dimly lit corridors lined with glass cases. Her voice was soft, almost reverent, as she spoke. "This section covers what we call the 20th century, she explained, stopping before a display showing grainy black and white photographs. "We fought 2 wars that we designated as world wars because they consumed entire continents." General Vordhak of the militant Krex Confederacy scoffed through his translator. "Your primitive weapons could hardly have been devastating. Our plasma cannons can level cities in minutes." Dr. Chen nodded thoughtfully. "That's interesting. How many cities have you leveled, General?" "Dozens, during our conquest of the Outer Rim," Vordhak replied proudly. "We leveled over 1,600 cities in just one of these wars," Dr. Chen said matter-of-factly. "And that was before we developed nuclear weapons." The alien delegation fell silent. Dr. Chen continued walking, her cane tapping against the polished floor. "The Second World War alone killed approximately 85 million people. At the time, our global population was only 2.3 billion. She paused in another display. "That's roughly 3.7% of our entire species dead in 6 years. Ambassador Kethvar's scales rippled with unease. The Zilani had fought wars for millennia, but casualties were typically limited to military personnel and numbered in the thousands, not millions. "But surely," interjected diplomat Zara from the peaceful Luminari Collective, "this was an aberration. Your species learned from this tragedy?" Dr. Chen's smile was sad. "We learned, yes. We learned to be more efficient." She led them to the next section, where a full-scale replica of a human city stood behind reinforced glass. With a press of a button, a holographic explosion bloomed above it, and the city vanished in a brilliant flash. "This simulates the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima," Dr. Chen explained. "One bomb. 146,000 people dead within months. We dropped 2 of them, just to prove the first wasn't a fluke." She looked at the stunned faces around her. "By the end of what we call the Cold War, we had built enough nuclear weapons to destroy our planet 50 times over." General Vordhak's mandibles clicked nervously. "But why? What enemy required such devastating force?" "Ourselves," Dr. Chen replied simply. "We built those weapons to use against each other." The group reached the final exhibit, a simple wall covered in photographs of children from various human cultures and time periods. All were smiling, playing, learning. "This is why we avoid war now," Dr. Chen said, her voice growing firm. "Not because we're weak or peaceful by nature. We avoid war because we're very, very good at it. Too good." She turned to face the assembled aliens, and for the first time, they saw something cold and ancient in her eyes. Every human child learns about the Holocaust, the killing fields, the Rwandan genocide, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We teach them not because we're proud, but because we never want to forget what we're capable of. She gestured toward the photographs. "These children represent our choice to build instead of destroy, to heal instead of harm." Ambassador Kethvar found his voice. "Your military demonstrations." "There won't be any," Dr. Chen interrupted. "Because the moment we stop remembering why we choose peace, the moment we start seeing war as glorious or necessary, that's the moment we become the monsters we once were." She began walking toward the exit. "The galaxy thinks we're weak because we negotiate, because we compromise, because we choose diplomacy over force. They don't understand that our restraint isn't weakness. It's the only thing standing between civilization and the abyss." As the alien delegates filed out in stunned silence, none of them noticed the small placard by the door. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. The humans remembered, and that memory, more than any weapon, kept the galaxy safe.